Good morning. How you all doing? Listen, there was one thing I was thinking whenever I was coming down the stairs this morning, about conversations that I'm having at the minute. And so they're just absolutely so much fun. I don't know if you saw yesterday that I was talking to Douglas, and he's the film director of the new movie, How Thoughts Become Things. And so all these conversations that I'm having were just popping through my head. And I was like, oh, I'm just trying to figure out, this last year specifically, and probably all my life, been trying to figure out who I am. Aren't you trying to do that? Aren't you? Everybody's trying to figure out who they are. And it suddenly dawned on me, I don't need to figure out who I am. I know who I am. I am God's highest form of creation. Like, boom, Bob has, we all know that I work with Bob Proctor, but he's been saying that to us the whole time. You are God's highest form of creation. It tells us, everything that we do is perfect and we're in our own world. And I don't know about you, but you've just seen Sheena have a light bulb moment that stop trying to figure out who you are and just know who you are. And that's all there is to it. And that's it. And so whenever you're doubting yourself, then you would go, well, hang on a minute, who am I? Like lesson 5 in Thinking into Results program that we've got is all about our intellectual faculties that we never use. And one of those is basically to come from the perspective. Who are you coming from? Are you coming from mere mortal man? Or are you coming from the fact that you are so special, unique, and awesome? And that the energy that's in our bodies could light up a country for a week? Or are you saying to yourself, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm really tired. Yeah, go back to the original I am that you start with, because that will totally change your day. If you're waking up saying, I'm tired, then you're going to be tired all day. If you're waking up going, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling full of energy, yes, you may feel like you're lying to yourself, but honest to goodness, it does change things in your body. It changes it at a cellular level. So here you are. Sheena, you've been figuring yourself out. What's that song by Avicii where it says, I've been searching for myself to find that I was already here? Yeah, it's just like, boom, a light bulb moment for Sheena. So I was thinking of the song, actually, or not the song, the story. I read it to my clients last night, was The Prodigal Son. And so what happened in that story, isn't it, that he left and he went off to find his new world. It's all right, I've got this, Father. I'm out here and I'm doing this. And then he ended up in a famine and he ended up with absolutely nothing. He was stripped bare of everything. And he's thinking, oh my goodness, everything is at home for me. Why did I leave? I had everything there, just couldn't see it. So as soon as he turned round to go home, his father had run out and literally had welcomed him back. And then, so he didn't even get to where he thought he had to go. He just turned around. He just turned around. And that's all we have to do, is turn around. Stop looking on the outside for everything that you want. You have everything inside here. So think about anything that you want and you really, really want it. So Bob's always gone on about having a, like a um, C-type goal up here. And, but what do you feel when you're up there? Like literally you smiling away, smiling away. Well, that's the feeling that you want. So when he went back to the father's house, he literally was, treated and had this, that, and the other, and everything is there for him. Yeah. So what are you turning away from? Like the journey that I've had, where to be stripped, and I wasn't obviously stripped, but stripped bare, and to have what I thought was nothing. And at the time when I was driving down the M56 in a white van, and the only thing I had left was my couch. And at that moment was whenever I realized that I actually had everything. But it took, even though I knew it intellectually, even though I knew it spiritually, my physical body still didn't quite get the picture, and it was moaning and complaining. And for 18 months, like, you all think that, well, what you see from Sheena is this person bouncing around and is always, always happy. Let me tell you, for 18 months, I had such a cloud and such a weight over me that getting out of bed was, you see me getting out of bed at 5 o'clock. I still got out of bed at 5 o'clock. I set myself consistency and persistence because I knew that that's what takes you to the other side. So like I say, for 18 months, I got out of bed with such a weight in my heart about how bad I felt about being Sheena, like incredibly bad. But I knew that if I was consistent and persistent and just kept doing the work, that I would get to the other side. And so that's all we have to do is to stop. Oops. Is to stop looking outside ourselves for things and stop judging ourselves with the outside world. Comparison is the thief of joy. Look into your heart. And when you start looking into your heart, you start to see all the things that it's the feelings you wanted in the first place. You don't have to go looking for them. You have them already. And when you come from that place of pure joy, things start to happen in your life. And you know what? See if they didn't happen in your life. Isn't it better to feel pure joy and have nothing than feel crap and have nothing? Like, what do you want to feel? Yeah? So there you go. There endeth the lesson from Sheena this morning. But here's the thing. It's a great day in your life when you recognize that your struggle is not with the world, but with yourself. The conflict is dissolved when you realize that the adjustment must take place in your mind rather than in your environment, and then make that adjustment. The spiritual you is not disturbed by the passage of time, nor by the variations of experience, because it is changeless, timeless, and immovable. Living on the higher side of your being, you are under grace. You are not righteous, good, well, strong, or prosperous because of some affirmation or statement of truth, but because you are God's highest form of creation. Let me give you another example of this. Imagine the television. Okay, so the television doesn't change, does it? If you were to watch a movie, you could watch 10 different movies. So how about how thoughts become things? Yeah, you could be watching that on the television. That's just a story. And it looks like that the movie and the TV are one, doesn't it? But they're not one, are they? The movie's just passing through. The movie is a story that's just passing through. It's just a story. When you turn the story off, the TV's still standing there, isn't it? Perfect as it ever was. It didn't change. Not one thing on the TV screen changed, did it? That is you. That is your spiritual DNA. It never, ever changes. It is the same the whole time. It just depends the movie that you're playing. Are you identifying with the movie? And what movie are you watching? If you don't like your story, change your story. It's a story. Change it. You're like the television. You don't change. It's the movies that you're playing that changes. Play a different movie. So remember that. It's a great day in your life when you recognize that your struggle is not with the world, but with yourself. What movie do you want to play? Listen, have an awesome day. I'd love to hear. If you want to chat, tell me about your movie. Yeah, it'd be absolutely great to hear. Listen, there's more exciting stuff coming over the next few weeks. So, yeah, we've got How Thoughts Become Things. You know, Bob has got the Science of Getting Rich program at the first weekend of May. And listen, I always go on about nutrition. It's so exciting. This is just literally Arbonne is absolutely taking off. Everybody is saying that we need to do something different. What different are you going to do this week? What different are you going to do today? Yeah, these are really exciting times, really exciting times. And I look forward to sharing my journey with whoever wants to share the journey with me. We're going to have some freaking fun, let me tell you. Listen, have an awesome day. See ya. Bye-bye.